Hello everyone, NOD here, and welcome back to the Hawkeye reviews. And this is episode 5. I already watched No Way Home and the finale. So much for doing all of them before the finale, but whatever. So, Ronin, episode 5. Really good episode. At first when I watched it, I was like, this is my favorite. I wasn't totally interested. But the more I think about it, the more I rewatch scenes and think, and talk about it with people, it actually, I think about it very fondly now. It was, first of all, very comedically good with the Elena. And it was also, just a bunch of comedically good stuff. And it was also very dramatic. Very dramatic. Very dramatic with a few things. Let's think. For example, first of all, the episode starts, with with Yelena and Kate talking, right? It starts with that. And Yelena and Kate, now that's actually a scene I absolutely love. I really enjoy it. It's really funny. And honestly, their dynamic is really good. I think what they were going for was really to do again the Natasha Clint, right? I'm assuming that makes sense. That's what they're going for. And that's obviously and they did it good, obviously. Since already I'm really excited. I'm really invested in that relationship. I really want to see that relationship. And I want to see it in different films and shows, hopefully. There is no direct, with Maya, for example, we know she's going to have a show, right? But, for example, that's just a character, for example, we know what's going to happen with. But the thing is, for example, with Kate and Elena, we don't actually have any clues right now to where we might see them again. And honestly, that's perfectly fine with me. And I'm just waiting to see. I'm honestly just waiting to see them again. Now, that whole scene, when I first saw it, to be really honest, again, to be perfectly honest, it kind of annoyed me. It was kind of an annoying scene. Because Elena wasn't, obviously, they were going for funny and charming. And again, think about it then, and now, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the relationship. I really enjoyed Elena. But when I was watching the scene, I was irritated. She was annoying me. She was truly annoying me. But that's okay now. That's okay. Now I understand more. Also, the reason she took her time, it was a good investigating scene. That's what it was. Right, it seems annoying, but she's just laying the mood to get, and in the end, when she can probably get her answer, after, very subtly and very, slowly building up. Do you know where Clint Barton is? No? Okay, bye. Now, obviously, it feels like it was a bit no reasoning. There was no reason for this long scene other than showing us their dynamic and just, feeling the return of Yelena, even though they don't really have to do it. It's not like we saw her a long time ago. We saw her in July, Black Widow, or whenever you saw it. It doesn't matter whether you saw it on Disney Plus a few months later. Who knows? But it's not, which is even actually more to the point. It's not like we have to, to feel her coming back. No, she was just there. Black Widow built up her being there. It's you understand? Well, rhetorically, obviously, or not. If you want to comment away. Click. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed that scene. It was really fun. It's my first time in New York. Yeah, it was really fun. Again, I'm not gonna fully ignore me when I was watching it actually feeling, man, this is annoying. Yelena is. Kate is adorable in that scene, though. Okay, next up is... what comes next? Right, okay, so there's a few scenes with Clint in this episode. And a few scenes with Jack. And a few scenes with Kate. So, right, okay, I forgot to mention the prologue with Yelena. That's a great scene. That's a really good scene. Because we get to, this year, we didn't need that long scene with Katie and Yelena. I know some people probably are gonna, really enjoyed it. For some people, it was the opposite. It was like, bring me more. I really enjoyed it. And I want more of Kate and Yelena. But that scene was horribly and, long, irritating. Yelena, what can I say? But that prologue was on point. It was so good, and it was the first time we actually got to see someone's perspective who was blipped. Sure, we saw characters who were blipped come back, but we never saw the process of being blipped and being blipped back. I loved how, the fade when she was blipped back, it, slowly transitioned into how it is now. How the room looks now. At least, that's how I remember it was. I really don't remember now. And, it's really good, and it's really heartbreaking, I will say. It's heartbreaking that her and Natasha died, right? It's very sad, don't get me wrong. But, no but. It's very sad. It's very sad. It's very cool, the scene, it's very sad. Kate, now. It's cute. It's sweet to see her mother, comforting her when after Kate, got dumped by Clint. Basically, you can understand Kate's pain because literally, it was her hero, right? They were she had got into a relationship with her hero, not a relationship like I said earlier. He dumped her. No, you know what I mean. Relationship doesn't have. Well, you know. I really don't have to explain this. It's just dumb. So I really do get Kate, why she's sad. And her mother, well, it's sweet to see her, being a mom to Kate. She's still pretty annoying, I know who you are, and I have a pretty good idea of who you're becoming. I don't know, it's not, I don't love, I don't absolutely love it. And I absolutely hate Eleanor. She's not too compelling. Even though her reasoning in episode 6, I get it. But, again, not too compelling. And, obviously, wow, Eleanor is a terrible fiancé, right? Kate, she tells her about Jack. That Jack is actually, what she found out about him. About the Sloan, whatever. And it came as a real shock when you see she actually got Jack arrested. You feel like she's kind of a jerk, yet she's clever. Because at first it seemed like Jack was playing along, but I think as we realized in the finale, he wasn't playing. He was just a douche. A douche. It wasn't like he was playing along. He honestly, I would do the same, my love. I'll be back in Christmas. He was actually innocent. He was just very suspicious in the same time. Even though I'm not talking about episode 6 yet. So it was kind of a shock that he got arrested. And so what I was saying, apparently, if by episode 6 he wasn't playing along with Eleanor, he was honestly saying the truth. He was just in a very douchey way, I'd never known it was the only Sloan I known was this girl I dated. His mustache is still evil, by the way. Anyway, so he's very well, I don't know what to say about that. I love the scene where she's calling Clint over and over again. It's very, very funny, very, very enjoyable. And not calling, leaving him voicemails. But yeah, she did leave him voicemails by calling him. Never mind. Clint over this episode, I don't have too much to say about it. It's nice. It's interesting that Laura, how much she knows and how much she's close, in a way, and also the Rolex mystery still hasn't been solved in this episode. But What did I say? All right. Clint, I love all the references. The big guy, the big guy. So that's interesting. And then, as the beautiful scene where he talks to Natasha, and it's beautifully right because he turns off his hearing aid, so he can't hear. And it's just him and Natasha quietly, like not literally Natasha, but again, I explained the obvious. I really don't need to explain. So right, he talks to Natasha, and it's very beautiful. And then it's interesting. I like seeing when he's like, "I'm sorry about what I have to do," and you're like, "What is he about to do? Is he gonna kill someone? Is he gonna?" It's not obvious. Like, it's not totally clear. I'm sure there are people who call it, "Oh, he's gonna be Ronin again." I was like, is he gonna do something to Elena, like the Black Widow? I'm not sure, but he did. How would he know it's her sister? All those stuff, all those questions. And that's true. How would he know? And that's why that's not it. So he sends, like, you see the tracksuits, talking in the truck about funny stuff. They were funny. And then you see Clint sending the messenger arrow, but we're not Maya, which was also a funny line. And then comes a really big punch. Maya fight, right? She sets up, there's Kazi on the rooftop with like a shotgun. Well, not a shotgun. Shotgun is up close. Like some kind of sniping, like to kill Clint from above. Obviously, there's all the Russians behind Maya, and then Clint takes them out one by one, and you can see he's not there to kill them. And then he fights Maya, and it's honestly a very good fight. And again, I think I mentioned this in an earlier review. You can see Clint's rustiness, yet you can also see his skill. He's got some skill. You can tell the guy's got some skill when he's fighting, and in the same time, you can feel how rusty and how he's not a young guy. He's not a young dude. So that's that. And he fights them, her, and then she takes the sword from him, and then he tells her, "Your boss." We still don't know who the boss is, but we discover her boss, Kazi. We don't know that yet. So we discover his boss, or someone close to the boss, tipped him off. Someone wanted, Maya's dad did. And it's the uncle probably. And that's a very good moment, I think, because I feel, it's not that I think. I feel like it's a very good moment because it's, first of all, you can see Maya, reading his lips, you can see the quiet, you can see her shock, her confusion, and her doubt as well. You can also see, and you can see Clint, is on it, him being honest, and after showing her that he is the Ronin, trying to, I think the point of him showing her he was Ronin, that Clint Barton was Ronin, it was for many reasons, but one of them was a bit to humanize him, I feel. Right after she already knows him, right, Clint Barton, it kind of humanizes him. And also catches her off guard, him being Clint Barton, Ronin being Clint Barton. What else? And then comes the end, which is probably, well, first of all, you can see Kate and Clint reunite, which is a very good scene. I very much enjoyed it. I feel like it was well built. It was well earned. Even though it was only an episode, it took them an episode from we were never partners. It's it's over. Do you hear me? To I talked to Natasha's sister, so it was a very quick transition, but it didn't feel rushed to me, so I'm glad about that. So it was very nice for him to it showed we discovered he knew about Yelena. He didn't know what she looked like. He didn't know that was Yelena, but he knew Yelena, Natasha's sister, existed, which is it shows how close they were. Yeah, it very much shows it. What else? And then it ends with the best scene. Right, first of all, Grizzles. I think I said that last time, even though. Grills. So he's really cool. I really like him. He cooks, he LARPs. No, I'm kidding. That's what Kate's. That's quoting Kate. So, and then You can see right, Yelena is the following Eleanor. I'm kidding, Eleanor. So she's following Eleanor, and you're wondering what is this building? Where is she going? And then, first of all, like you're like, oh, once you see Kate discovered it was her mom, you're like, that's it. Like it already feels like it's like that's the cliffhanger. That's like the big moment. She finally discovered her mom is doing whatever she's doing. I discovered who hired me, which obviously proves the theory of her talking to Val. And then she asks Clint, who's this man with my mom? And then Clint says those lines. This is the guy I was afraid of, Kingpin. And you see Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk coming back. Oh yeah, I mean, my dad was so like hyped in that moment. It was awesome because my dad's a Daredevil fan as well. It's not too it's not too obvious it's him from the picture, but for whoever was smart enough to leave the credits on, he got to see Vincent D'Onofrio in the credits, and he also got to see him in the end. There's this picture where you see him, a big picture, like a shadow of Vincent D'Onofrio, of like Kingpin in front of Clint and Kate. Anyway, that was really awesome, and also I would have preferred they wouldn't have brought him in off if it wasn't Vincent D'Onofrio. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed. Check out other videos on my channel, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye!